Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that was designed to help someone going through an emotionally difficult time. The client that I was working with was dealing in the aftermath, not just of a separation, but a separation with someone that was actively trying to trigger them and to exploit the situation for their own gains. And because of that, it left them in a very vulnerable position, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. And because of that, they were low on motivation, high on stress, high on anxiety, and that wasn't conducive to what they wanted to be at this particular time in their life. They could remember a time, however, after a breakup where they also felt low and stressed and a bit lethargic. And in that case, they used a sport, and that sport was playing polo. It's the sport where you ride horses and you have to score a goal in the opponent's net, I believe. But that game of polo really enabled them to take all of those emotions and find a way of distracting themselves, really throwing themselves into something new. And that was really helpful. And by getting into that state, that opened up lots of opportunities for new skills, new friendships, new experiences, travel, all of that kind of stuff. And they spent a lot of time traveling overseas, particularly in Argentina when they were learning polo. And because that was a time in their life when they felt particularly resourceful, we use regression to that time to help them to really feel that actually they can get themselves in a resourceful state, a state where they can feel liberated and free and stimulated and enthusiastic and really resilient as well. And then we future pace that to their current situation so that rather than dwelling on the negative elements of their situation or wallowing in a sense of feeling vulnerable, instead, we want to access an empowered state where they actually feel that actually this is a great opportunity to pursue things that maybe they couldn't have pursued if they weren't in the situation that they're in. So there's an element of looking at it as a lens of empowerment and freedom rather than feeling trapped and in a precarious situation. And then we also future pace, because this is clearly going to be a temporary period in their life, to 2 years in the future where they can see that actually this was a rough period, but a rough period that actually gave them positive experiences and moments, even though it was a difficult time. So there's a bit going on here. You don't need to have to be going through a breakup or going through anything in particular. If you feel low on motivation or you feel with a high level of financial stress or just stress in general, I think you'll benefit from this situation. Just be aware, of course, that it was created for an individual. It's unlikely that you have had experience playing polo or you want to learn how to ride a motorbike. These are unlikely things happening in your life. So just disregard any suggestions that are irrelevant, hone in onto the suggestions that are relevant. And if you do like the idea of a session entirely calibrated and bespoke to you and your situation, look in the description for a link to schedule a free consultation call. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and on the outward breath, that's it, close your eyes. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling tension. That's it. As you breathe in, just allow yourself to breathe in slower and deeper. And as you release, just elongate the outward breath to really feel that you're releasing. And maybe you're releasing stored up tension, stresses, or worries. And start to make the evaluation that these emotions often are experienced physically. Quite often, stress is locked in the muscle tissue around the jaw, the forehead, the neck or the shoulders. And often anxieties are there in the gut or the chest. But imagine as you breathe in, you're breathing in not just relaxation, but resourceful relaxation. Imagine a warm color, glowing yellow and orange. And as you breathe in, imagine that resourceful relaxation is that glowing yellow or orange. And imagine your heart does with that resourceful relaxation what it does with oxygen. Imagine your heart absorbing that resourceful relaxation and then distributing it to every cell in your body. Imagine that warm glow melting away that stress, those worries, that tension. That's it, as you feel your eyelids getting heavier and more relaxed, focusing on the tiny muscles in your forehead, those muscles responsible for expressions like surprise or concern. Feel the resourceful relaxation melting that tension away. Allow that relaxation to ripple down into your jaw. Quite often, tension in the jaw is the canary in the coal mine. It lets you know how stressed or tense you are. But as you breathe in that resourceful relaxation, feel your jaw relaxing, letting you know that you're able to release those emotions that aren't here now. They're just echoes of a time when that stress, that anxiety was completely proportionate and valid. But right here now, you don't need to hold on to that tension. As you start to imagine any stress in your neck and shoulders as crystals of ice fused into your muscle tissue. But as you breathe in that warm color of resourceful relaxation, just imagine it melting away that frozen muscle tissue. Perhaps you could imagine an ice cube or a child's ice cream melting away in the sun, and it feels like tension in your body is melting away just like that. And as you release that tension, feel the relaxation flowing down your arms. So your arms are feeling limp, loose and heavy, like the limbs of a puppet with no strings. And as you breathe in that glowing, resourceful relaxation. But imagine a dark color, leaving your body in your outward breath. Grey shadows representing anything unresourceful. Just imagine that leaving your body as each breath becomes a transfusion, giving your body the resources and emotions that are useful, and releasing the echoes of those emotions that you don't need right now. Some people believe that what actually happens isn't as important as the meaning attributed to that thing. I want you to get a sense that sometimes horrible things can happen, but can be given an empowering, positive meaning. As you think back to your past, maybe there was a time when something emotionally devastating happened, a major breakup, and your initial reaction was sadness, ruminating thoughts, low energy, until you found a distraction. But the distraction was just a stepping stone to something so much more empowering. Imagine going back in time and seeing that version of you, perhaps in your 20s, in the immediate aftermath of that major breakup. A time when you were withdrawn, low energy, lacking motivation to do anything, just taking each day. See yourself forcing yourself to even eat or sleep, to wash, just going through the motions. But as you observe that version of you, I want you to see a catalyst. And maybe it came from inspiration, your intuition, or just a decision. See that younger version of you deciding to throw yourself into something that you didn't have the competency, knowledge, or connections to do, but you did it anyway. And maybe for you that was a new sport. So see that younger version of you not half-heartedly trying something. See yourself immersed, committed, perhaps even obsessed at times in that new thing. Some people believe in the idea of the law of dominant effect, that a more dominant emotion displaces a less intense emotion. And maybe that enthusiasm, that interest, that passion for this new sport displaced the sadness, or perhaps the low energy. I want you to get a sense that you already have evidence from your past of seizing an opportunity, of going from low mood to intense enthusiasm and even joy. And each time you tried, you learned something new. Your competence and confidence grew, which then opened new doors of possibility. New friends, new connections, new adventures. And I want you to see that version of you perhaps just months after that major breakup, traveling to Argentina. I want you to see that low energy, that sadness had been replaced with something much more powerful. Maybe you see yourself with that confidence. I want you to see how you looked safe, that you were respected. But there was also so much pride coming from getting better. Maybe see yourself on a horse. And in that moment, mindfulness wasn't an Eastern philosophy. It was a prerequisite for you playing a game. You couldn't play that game well if your mind is off in all different places. Feeling the vibration of the horse, the movement, the location of other players, all those moving parts required full mindfulness. And in those moments, nothing else mattered. Maybe you were accessing a state known as flow. Sufficient stimulation and challenge, and a requirement of full mindfulness. Imagine stepping into that version of you, feeling resourceful, confident, and mindful. Feel that you are reawakening those same neural pathways within you. And enjoyment, confidence, passion, and enthusiasm. Feel you're awakening all of those states. And remember back then that when you felt that way, good things happened. New friendships, new connections, new experiences, wonderful memories. It naturally flowed from you being in a good state. I want you to think of a place back there on that ranch in Argentina. A place perhaps that you would see the sunset. A time of perhaps reflection or relaxation. Just imagine you're back there, feeling that confidence, that energy, that resourcefulness. Noticing how free you are, I want you to think forwards to a future that hadn't happened yet. A time when you were going through another difficult period in your life, but perhaps years into the future. Imagine that 25-year-old version of you feeling all of that confidence and energy, self-respect, motivation and enthusiasm, looking forward, seeing a version of you also going through a difficult time. And I want you to see yourself doing something on a motorcycle. But those ruminating thoughts, distractions impeded your ability to get what you desire. More freedom. But imagine rewinding that and seeing yourself on the motorbike in the same way that you have been on a horse, feeling that flow state, fully mindful, aware of all the moving parts, knowing that you can make those great choices of knowing exactly what to do. And then see See yourself doing what's necessary to get that license. And then see yourself with a similar expression on a motorbike that maybe in the past you've had on a horse. A sense of adventure, freedom, that the whole world is your oyster. Geographically, but also in terms of new connections. Just imagine a ripple effect. By reawakening that resourceful state, you throw yourself into new challenges, new experiences. I want you to see yourself riding on a Harley Davidson in Arizona. But there is no anxiety on your face, no stress. There's the opposite. See yourself looking confident, competent, with freedom, feeling that you are evolving to a version of you that is you at your very best. Strong, fit, in a flow state. And then perhaps imagine yourself on a different motorbike, this time in Spain. And you can tell from the terrain, the road signs. See yourself again in that flow state. And from these perspectives, you are awakening a version of you that is resilient, determined. I want you to see that safety comes not from the absence of risks, but the resources that exist to mitigate any circumstance. Riding on a horse can be dangerous, but not if you know what you're doing. Riding a motorcycle can be dangerous, but not if you're skilled. Navigating certain periods in a life can hold its risks, but not if you meet those risks with courage and confidence, a sense of conviction that things will work out fine. Then I want you to see that future version of you with this new lease of life, going on dates, enjoying the freedom. Whether that freedom comes from seeing people you want to see, exploring new parts of the world, or the freedom of just getting on a motorbike and going wherever you want to go. See that version of you with a new lease of life. And when you can see that future version of you with that, let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you. Thinking about what it means to have an adventure. If something's easy, has no challenge, has no risk, that isn't an adventure. It is the difficulties, the adversity, the challenge, the navigating of decisions, choices. That's what makes it an adventure. And when you think back to what things really mean, so breathe in, breathe out, that's it, deeper, relaxed. I want you to get a sense that where focus goes, energy flows. And sometimes the emotions we feel are a reflection not of reality, but of the meaning that we give it. And what if you were to give this chapter in your life an empowering meaning? That meaning could be freedom. The meaning could be recharging your batteries, restoring who you truly are. The meaning could be an adventure. And the more empowering the meaning you give this chapter of your life, the more positive, empowering, and strong, useful emotions naturally will come up. You always have choices. You can choose where you live, what you do, who you see, and what you do with your time. I want you to feel that any sensations of feeling trapped are now being replaced with a feeling of freedom and liberation. You're not trapped, you're liberated. Lean into that liberated feeling and allow your unconscious and intuition to guide you on this journey, activating the version of you that will make the most, not of an easy time. In fact, the time may be challenging, but the fact that it's challenging is what gives it the significance, giving you more resilience, even more confidence, a sense that if you can get through this, you can get through anything. People get stronger in a gym not by lifting easy weights, but lifting heavier weights. And stamina grows when you push beyond your limits. Consider this period an adventure that requires growth and evolution for you to become better and more resilient and more equipped than ever before. And then let's go one step further in the future. Imagine yourself perhaps 2 years from now. The difficult period is now behind you. But I want you to imagine looking back at that difficult period with a sense of pride that you met that challenge and adversity with the very best version of you, that it couldn't break you, and in fact, it did make you stronger. Allow a seed of an idea to be planted deep in your subconscious mind that you will make this time work for you, not against you. And any challenges and difficulties just give you even more strength and resilience. Learning to play polo wasn't easy, but it certainly was worthwhile. And sometimes difficult journeys lead to worthwhile destinations. So as you hold that thought, it's time to drift all the way back to that place in Argentina, and then back to where we are right now. But feeling a new sense of resourcefulness, a new lease of life, a new empowering meaning that you give this time that recharges you and springs you forward, not drains you and holds you back. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, recharged, with a desire pursue freedom, adventures, and lean into adversity to give you more resilience. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.